Good evening. I am so excited to be here tonight because tonight is a night that we celebrate what unites us in a common goal, and that is to give our youth the gift of education. Your generous support will ensure that our youth will become the doctors, the lawyers, the investment bankers, the teachers, the professors, and community leaders who will go on to make a difference in today's world and in the future. Tonight is also a special night because I want to recognize 3 special people who have been so instrumental in my life. Would the following people please stand? Mr. Mathews. Miss Washington. And Mr. Franzak. These wonderful people have encouraged me, and they have believed in me, and they knew all along that I was going to be a success. So when I had my ups and downs, they were still there rooting for me. And I really had some failures, and I still made it. And they told me, we're rooting for you, Precious. We're proud of you. Look at all that you have accomplished. We're here for you. And for that, I thank you. Now tonight, I hope that my story will inspire our youth. No matter what the odds, the obstacles, all of the things that may stand in your way, you just keep going. You keep doing it. You keep your focus, and you stay on track. I came to the Mathews-Dickey's Boys and Girls Club when I was 17 years old, and I needed guidance and financial support to achieve my dreams. Not only was the Mathews-Dickey's Boys and Girls Club there for me, educationally, but personally as well. Now, my story begins when I was 17, and I knew I wanted to go to college. I didn't know where, but I wanted to go to college. Well, one day I just happened to be at home with my grandmother, and we happened to be watching the Oprah Winfrey Show, which is very unusual because I participate in after-school activities. But on this show, Spelman College's president, Dr. Johnetta B. Cole, was on the show as her guest, along with 4 other Spelman women. Dr. Cole said that Spelman women would change people's lives and make this world a better place. Then the 4 women on the show talked about their love for Spelman, how it changed them, made them better, made them want to go out and do great things. And what struck me was they were so poised, so elegant, so refined, so confident, so articulate. And those qualities just spoke to me. I have not seen that too much in life at that point, and I wanted that. I wanted to be a Spelman woman. Where the school was, had no idea. No idea. So I went around and I told my grandmother, I told her, I'm going to Spelman. Okay, baby, you can go to Spelman. I don't know where it is. So I went around, I told everybody, I'm going to Spelman. I'm going to Spelman. No idea where it is, but I'm going to Spelman. I went to Beaumont High School. I'm going to Spelman. I had people, my friends tell me that's really not going to happen. You're not going to go to Spelman. They don't look at people like you. You go to an inner city public high school. You go to Beaumont High School. You're not, what are you talking about? They don't look at girls like you. You don't come from a good family, one that has power and influence. You don't know anybody. Who do you really think you are, Precious? And I knew on the inside, they actually didn't know who I was. They didn't know the strength that I had in me. If I said I was going to do it, then that's what I was going to do. And I didn't let anybody, there was no one on this earth who was going to tell me that I wasn't going to Spelman College. I finally learned that Spelman was in Atlanta, Georgia. Wonderful. So I told everyone, of course, I was going. So many people, not gonna happen, Precious. We sent off for the application near my birthday, January 22nd, 1997. Got the application packet back, looked at it. Oh my God, they want all of that. Okay, this is Precious. Precious can do anything. So I filled out the application. I wrote an essay on what is the most critical issue facing the African American community today. And I said child abuse, something that is underreported in the African American community. They wanted 2 recommendations. I gave them 7. They wanted 1 guidance counselor recommendation. I gave them 2. I sent off my application. I prayed about it. My grandparents prayed about it. I said, I'm getting in. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get into this school. Sent it off, prayed, hoped, dreamed, told everyone I have to go to Spelman. If I don't go to Spelman, my life isn't even worth living. I want to go where those girls are. I want to be one of those women who changes the world just by being in it, by doing the very best she can, being a hard worker, and that's what I wanted. I remember calling Spelman every week. Hi, this is Precious Williams. I just want to make sure, did you get my application? Oh, had you made a decision? I just didn't get it in the mail. I'm waiting. Okay, Precious. So then I figured they didn't get it. So I started calling every day. Hi, this is Precious Williams. I just want to know, had you made a decision yet? Precious, it's coming. I said, well, how about we do this? Let me bargain for that. Do this for me. If I got in, if I didn't, don't say anything. Precious, it's coming, Precious, just hold on. I said, I'm gonna hold on. Then one day I came home, and my grandmother always drove me to school and drove me home. I just felt something was in the air. I opened up our door, and I heard my grandfather crying. And my grandfather never cries, never. He was a stoic individual, strong man. And I heard him crying. I'm thinking, oh man, did I mess up? What did I do? What am I gonna do? I walked to the kitchen, and on the table was all this paperwork. And he pushed the paper to me, and I read it, and it said, congratulations on your admission to Spelman College. Lord, I was so outdone. I broke into tears, and on the bottom of my admission letter was a written letter from Dr. Janetta Cole. Welcome to Spelman. I've been waiting for you. Welcome to Spelman. I look forward to meeting you, Precious. I was too outdone by that. I said, I'm going. The only problem was, it cost over $80,000 over 4 years of my education. Now, my grandparents were retired. Who has money like that? I said, don't worry. Precious is gonna make it happen. Precious is gonna make the impossible look easy. There is no limit to what Precious is capable of. So I started applying to scholarships, and I just knew in my heart I was gonna win these scholarships. So I applied. There are people in this room who know I applied to all of their scholarships, and I won quite a few of them. So I was able to win so many scholarships that I won over $40,000 worth of scholarships. Then I went to the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club and met with Barbara Washington. And I said, Miss Washington, I need your help. I want to go to Spelman, and money is standing in my way. I need to make over $80,000. My grandparents can't afford it. They just can't do it. Can you help me out? She said, Precious, let me tell you something. You're going to talk to these women, these business women, at the Sky's the Limit luncheon, which I won their competitive $1,000 scholarship, much appreciated back in the day, much appreciated. She said, you tell these women your story, your struggle, how you really wanted to do this, and they will help you. And she was right. These women went back to their respective companies and told them that they had a young lady who really wanted to go to college and just needed the financial assistance. Money started rolling in. We had a running tally on my refrigerator, and we just started 20,000 here, 5,000 here, 2,000 here. We got over $80,000 worth of money. Enough for my 4 years of education plus a stipend so that I could live off of, so that I wouldn't have to work. That got in the way of my education. So I thank the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club. Thank you. Thank you for that. I told Miss Washington I was going to be dynamic one day. I told her, didn't I tell you? I told you. I said, just what? Hold on, wait. It's only a matter of years. It was only a matter of years. And I appreciate all that was done for me. I am the first person in my family to go to college. And I wanted to be an example. Not only did I go to Spelman College, I thrived. And you know what kept running in my mind is all these people who told my grandparents, she'll get pregnant, she'll be back. She got in, whatever. She'll be back. Give her 2 or 3 months, she'll be back. It's like, that's not gonna happen. Precious is about to do it. Precious is about to make things happen. It's not gonna happen. But when I got there, I was a little nervous, because if I wasn't on the educational level of some of these girls who've been to private school, then that means I had to buckle down. No parties for me. It's all about hard work. So you know what I did? I went to tutoring, and I didn't want anybody to know I was going to tutoring, because I didn't want to look dumb in front of my classmates. And I stayed up late every night reading and writing and getting my act together, because I wanted to be on the same level. When people saw me, I wanted them to see a Spelman woman, not someone from the inner city of St. Louis, a Spelman woman who worked very hard to get to where she was. So I'm here to tell you, I sought the help of professors and teachers. And yes, I'm very proud of the fact that I did graduate magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, with a degree in English and a minor in art history. I knew I wanted to become an attorney, so I applied to all of the top schools in the nation. I actually got into them. Ms. Washington, Mr. Mathews, and Mr. Franzak know that I really needed to take some time and to find myself. So I was unsuccessful in my first attempt at law school. And I don't look back on that. That is something that I had to overcome. So I reapplied to law school and won a full scholarship based on my LSAT scores, my essay writing skills, and my community service. So that's why I went to Rutgers. They gave me a second chance. I believe in giving back to Rutgers what it has given to me. And I will give back to the community like the community I had give to me. I graduated from law school on May 25th, 2007. It was a wonderful, wonderful day because it was years in the making. I had a dean sit me down and say, Precious, when it comes to taking a bar, minorities have a hard time passing. So you're gonna have to buckle down. You're gonna have to really go for it. I looked at him, who are you? I'm Precious LaTanya Williams. Seriously, I don't know who you think you are. So I studied, and I studied at my pace. And I just said, I'm gonna pass this bar. I'm just going to. There's no way I couldn't. Precious, you know minorities have a hard time passing. I thought to myself, I've had many doubters along the way, and look at where I am. I've had so many people doubt me, tell me that I'm not gonna be anything, disrespected me, dismissed me, rejected me, not return phone calls, not return emails, but you keep going. You don't let anybody stand in your way. And if I could say something to the youth, that is so true. Never let somebody stand in your way. Never let somebody limit your potential. They don't know who you are. You prove who you are. You make the impossible look easy. They said the sky is the limit. It is the limit. It is the only limit. You keep going. And like Nike said, just do it. That's what you do. I passed the New York State bar exam in February 2007 on my first try with a bar passage rate of 44.3%. More than half failed. I was in there with people who repeatedly took this bar. And I said, I'm going to pass. It's just that simple. I have to pass this time because there is no other time for Precious. She has to do it. That was the lowest bar passage rate in the country at the time. That's a New York State bar. I am now employed as a law clerk with the Honorable Joseph P. Perfilio in Elizabeth, New Jersey, in the criminal division. I have worked in numerous places: the ACLU, National Legal Department, Emory University School of Law's Child Advocacy Project. I've worked for law firms. I've worked for community-based organizations. I keep going. I began working as an associate at the law firm of Heidel, Pitani, Murphy, and Bach on September 8th, 2008. I will be a part of the medical malpractice litigation team. I became licensed to practice law on January 30th, 2008. A wonderful day in Albany, New York. I was so proud. I said, I've done it. I've made it. I've made it. I've made it. But I'm living my dreams because of the generous donations of people like you. The youth today need to know that they can be inspired by someone like me because you keep going. I can't stress that enough. You keep going no matter what obstacle stands in your path. You keep going and you believe in yourself even if no one else believes in you. I believe in you because I believe in myself, and I've been able to sustain that belief throughout the years. And so is the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club. I will say again, I've had some failures, and they have never given up on me, ever. And to be asked to be a keynote speaker, that is an honor. I used to sit where these young people are sitting and listen to keynote speakers and say, one of these days, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be someone that they talk about. I wanna be a legend in my own time. I wanna be great. I wanna be someone that people talk about and say, that's a success. That's a woman who worked hard, who didn't have anything given to her, someone who will claw their way to the top. It's not easy, and I don't wanna make it sound like it's easy. It has not been easy. I had a mother tell me she wished I was never born. A disappointment, a disgrace. Nobody would love me. I'm book smart. My father was addicted to crack cocaine and continues to be. Not positive role models, but that still didn't stop me. I did not let their failures determine my life. My grandparents if you all could have met them, would know what love means. They took me in when I was beaten by my mother and left by my father. They took me in at 15 years old. I could have been messed up. I could have accepted my life, but no, not Precious and Raymond, not in their house. Precious was going to be all that. Precious was going to be somebody, and Precious will work hard. You're going to be the one in this family to make it, Precious. So no sleepovers, no parties, none of that. You're going to make it happen, and you're going to do it on your own, and we'll be here every step of the way. I wish they could have been here to see me graduate from college or law school or become licensed to practice in the great state of New York. But they didn't live long enough to see that. My goal was to make my grandparents proud, to make the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club proud, someone that they can say was a true success story. But it all starts with me and people believing in me. I'm so happy to be here to share my story. I stand before you, the valedictorian of Beaumont High School's class of 1997. I graduated as one of the top students at Spelman College, and I am a 2007 graduate of Rutgers School of Law, Newark. I am an attorney in the state of New York. I am engaged to be married in September of 2009. He is the man of my dreams, and I want to thank Beaumont High School because from 1994 to 1997, they believed in me. I see there's a table from Beaumont. I don't know if all of you remember me, but I met my fiance there at 15 years old, and we're together today. We live in Brooklyn, New York. We just moved there. So Beaumont is truly where it all started. I started at Beaumont at 15 years old and left at 18. And I know it's an inner city public high school, but they really did have people there who cared about me and cared enough to try to make things happen. I said I wanted to go to Spelman. Not everybody believed me. Not everybody hoped for that. Not everybody was supportive. But there were people at Beaumont who cared. And I will honor my alma mater. Beaumont High School has a special place in my heart. In fact, I took a picture there today to remind everybody, this is where I come from. This is where I am. This is who I will be. Now, what is the most important question of the night? Here it is. What can you do to help the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club continue to be a beacon of light to today's youth? How can you help them to have more success stories like me? You can actively support all of the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club programs and initiatives by giving generously. Not only that, you can give by being a mentor, taking somebody under your wing, showing them what is actually possible, letting them shadow you, being a volunteer. I'm a mentor right now to a young lady who's in law school and is worried about whether she can continue because it's so hard and that she's not able to find employment. That's where I step up. I'm the mentor. I'm gonna make sure things happen for her. If I have to go to everybody I know and say, my mentee, she needs a job, she needs your help. If that means talking to her every night, that's what it means. I didn't always have that in my life, and I swore that when I became a mentor, that will never happen. I will always, always be there. Now, the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club needs your help. They need you to give. And like I said, you can give your time, you can volunteer, you can give generously. But let's all step up and give. Give what you can. Just give because they need it. They need it for people like me who need your help, who have a dream and can't see how it's going to happen. And go to the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club and tell the three people that I definitely want to honor today. And I've said who they are, but I'll say it again. Mr. Franzak, Mr. Mathews, and Ms. Washington. They need people like you. They do. For those of you who don't know about all the things Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club does, I'll give you a few things that stick out to me. The club is known for its after-school tutoring program. It also teaches computer literacy in 5 different St. Louis schools. The club also provides college scholarships to our youth so that they will change the world for the better. Athletics and education can coexist and are stressed by the club. Mathews-Dickey also works with the St. Louis internship program that gives our young people jobs with great companies in St. Louis. I was in the St. Louis internship program back in 96, and I worked at Y98 FM. And I had such a wonderful time. And I look back at that experience, and I'm just so thankful. And to know there are other young people like me who are able to get those jobs, those very hard to get jobs, where they can shadow people and learn what people are doing, what professionals do. This was more than 10 years ago, but I still remember it just like it was yesterday. The opportunities and programs that the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Clubs offer are second to none. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't get any better. It really doesn't get any better. I'm so fortunate and so grateful to all of you here in this room. The benefactors and the educators who, because of the good that you do, are the hope for the future of the young people of our community. We need to encourage the young people in our community to always do their best, to not do anything half-hearted, to keep going. As I've said before, I've had many doubters, or as the young people say, haters. Keep going. That's all you can do. You can keep going. Again, I remember when I had problems with law school, I called Miss Washington, and she said, "We're rooting for you. We're not going to give up on you, Precious." And he did not. And look at where I am today. I am an attorney. I want to be in the courtroom. That's how it is. I passed the bar on my first try. I graduated from Spelman, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa, a long time ago, 2001. But thank you, Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Club, for making a difference in my life, for changing my path, for making me who I am, and for making a difference in other young people's lives. I appreciate you all for listening to my story. And before I go, I want to stress again, my grandparents were wonderful, wonderful people who took me in while they were retired, living on a fixed income and having to feed and clothe a 15-year-old. They did not have money. I didn't have Nikes or Tommy Hilfiger or anything like that, but I had love. I had a home-cooked meal. My grandmother picked me up and drove me to school every day because she didn't want me to be sucked in with the criminal element. I didn't go to parties, nothing wrong with that. I didn't have access to that. But I'm grateful because I'm a good person. I'm a strong person. And as I look at all of you, I want you to know just how good the Mathews-Dickey Boys and Girls Clubs programs are. And they need your support so you can have more people like me. Again, I appreciate you all for listening to my story, and to my aunt and uncle in the audience. Did you really think I was going to get off the stage without saying something to you? For my aunt and uncle, when Grandma and Granddad passed, it hurt. So much I couldn't even grieve. But you two stepped in and went to my graduations, called me, sent me little love notes, did all of those wonderful things that Grandma and Granddad would have done had they lived. And so I honor you too. Thank you for showing up. You could have done anything else tonight, but you showed up. Last but not least, I want all of you to know that for me, this is only the beginning. I plan on having a long, successful career as an attorney, trial attorney. Love being in the courtroom rather than sitting behind a desk writing memos all day, but nothing wrong with that. And I see myself having my own show, my own crime show on television. Why not? Why not? So if anybody knows somebody, can we make that happen? Please, please. You all have a wonderful, wonderful night. And the love I feel tonight, I will carry with me back to Brooklyn, New York tomorrow.
in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. And I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. No, yes it will. I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keeps telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. No, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. And oh, there've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I think I'm able to carry on. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will. Thank you.